Joey Reese and Pickle Food Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joey Reese and Pickle Food Shop. Pickle time is happening.
This is my daughter, Era. She's shown me that she is clean now. She has pictures.
Live long and
tomorrow.
prosper, Era.
Era, LLAP. Oh, she did it.
She did it.
Yeah.
My son tries. It's, that.
It's hard
Got
to
a
do
long time
with
ago.
both hands. Yeah. So
Bonus episode.
this is the Patronizer bonus episode with Daniel Rock. Daniel, how did you come about becoming the guy that edits this podcast?
Well, Reese, thank you for asking. I grew up in a middle-class family, and let's see, when the show started, I'd always been, one thing that always had frustrated me from my teen years into adulthood was that, my love of music and ska band and 90s Christian stuff, and then even outside of that, other bands, other music, going to shows and all that. I've never had that community in person really to enjoy that stuff. And it's always been a frustration of mine. So when the Pickle and Boot Shop started, created the Facebook group, because it's like, oh my goodness, I want to find my people, so to speak. And then started the group. And it's like, oh man, there's other 38 to 40 something year olds like me that still love ska, that still love Star Trek.
Yeah.
That my comic books, like all these things that I could never have those connections in real life. And that group quickly, and then learning more about you and Joe. And then over time, I don't know how I got chatting with Joe, but I just put a bug in his ear early on that, hey, if you guys ever need help with anything, I can do all this stuff.
You weren't just insinuating that we needed help, because we did.
No.
We did.
No, this is me waiting, my whole life to, insert myself into Christian ska history. I got to edit the episode with you, Joe, and Mojo. I mean, that was the highlight of my life.
Yeah. Well, you did the video and everything, though. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I had fun.
You're killing it, man.
Thank you. No, I enjoy it. I'm now that I'm in a better headspace in general and back working full time.
Yeah.
I think I want my side niche to be more podcasting. I do have plans. I've been the one holding it up, but I've talked with Todd Grassman in the group who loves Star Trek, and John Miller from the Insiders. We've been talking about doing a Star Trek themed podcast.
Wow.
And talking about, because we're all ska nerds too, so just talking about those two things. And so I've been the one that's holding that up, but hopefully that's coming soon. I'm ready now. So I just need to reach out to them.
Man, I got to send you pictures. So 2 years in a row in the town where we live, Stanton, they have a Harry Potter festival, and 30,000 people come, and there's
That's insane.
It's called Queen City Magic and Mischief or something like this.
This is a yearly thing?
Yeah, every year, and it's huge. You drink butter beer, and everybody dresses up there's a Hagrid, and there's a train that comes, and Dumbledore gets off, and they have Quidditch matches and everything downtown. But
I'll have to look into that, because my wife and my kids, they absolutely love
come
Harry
on up.
Potter.
And you can stay with us. But
that would be awesome.
I dress up like a Star Trek character.
See, that's amazing. I remember you saying that last year. So you did it again this year.
Yeah. I was trying to go for the Kelvin Universe Christopher Pike.
Oh, that's cool. That is awesome. No, I love the original series and the Next Generation.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of action figures and stuff. I actually started collecting Star Trek stuff. It's not stuff that's just not really expensive, but $10 here, $5 there. And what can I find in the vintage shops out in the country?
That's right.
I just got a shuttlecraft a couple weeks ago I've got some Locutus stuff up there, and just stuff
Some
that
cutest stuff. Just
yeah, I
the
mean,
cutest of Borge.
yeah, remember like that feeling of like Mr. Worf, fire, and then you had to wait 6 months to see what's going to happen.
Yes.
That is a classic cliffhanger.
Yes.
And you felt that real emotion. Now you're like, yeah, just wait for Netflix to shoot the next season. And
wow, man. So I feel really bad because I'm behind. Like I haven't caught up on all the Paramount Plus.
see, I haven't
series.
seen any of it, and
Oh,
I
you
want
haven't?
to. No, like I'm excited to.
It's supposed to be
I
amazing stuff.
I just don't know when, and that's the stuff I know Todd Grassman is really into a lot of that. I don't know if John has watched much of it, but I'd like to get a point to where maybe I'm watching getting a little bit here and there. Just don't have the time, and I don't have the access to the TV when the kids are awake.
Yeah.
And then come 10 o'clock at night, I'm just ready to go to bed sometime.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Yeah, I
Saving
don't.
it for retirement.
That's you'll catch up on the Star Trek then.
Yeah. But no, I love Star Trek. Yeah, so that's exactly how I got editing the podcast, Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
We did a whole tour. We dressed up as Star Trek, the original series guys.
See, I remember seeing pictures on the internet, which is, it's funny because like my first access to the internet in like 97, 98,
Yeah.
it was looking up 5 Iron Frenzy and the Insiders and the Supertones. 'Cause
And you're
we
like,
were on vacation one
What
summer.
is this band?
Yeah, so we were on vacation one summer, and we went to Colonial Williamsburg, and we went to Newport News, where my dad had taught a year after he graduated from college. And we stopped in this Christian bookstore in that general area. There was a CCM magazine with the Supertones on the cover. And I'm like, what is this? And then, I'm thumbing through the pages, and then I remember you guys were in it. The Insiders were in it. And then there was a write-up on like MXPX and 90-Pound Wuss.
Wow.
What is this stuff? And so when I finally got internet access, like those are the exact bands that I was looking up
Yeah.
just to see like, what is this? That's kind of how it all started. And then like a year later, the Supertones played at a theme park nearby. This is before Chase the Sun. But we didn't realize we needed special tickets to get inside. So we kind of just sat outside and listened.
Yeah.
And then the next year, the Insiders were
Is it
booked.
at Darien Lake? 6 Flags?
No, I did see you guys there, though.
Yeah.
No, this was a Six Flags in Lake George, New York.
Okay.
I don't think it was called a Six Flags at the time. It was just like a locally owned park. But it was like a one-day extension of the festival at Darien Lake.
Yeah.
So they did this one-day thing on the other side of the state.
Okay.
And the next year, so it was the Supertones and Jeff Moore in the distance. And I was bummed because I could only listen from the outside.
Dude.
But then the next year was Delirious and the Insiders.
Okay.
And so Delirious was my jam for like Christian worship. They were a legitimate rock band in my mind too. But I'm like, gosh, I get to see Delirious for the first time and the Insiders. And Pete was there at the show. That's 99. And early in the morning, so this is my first real show now, because outside of seeing like Larnell Harris and Sandy Patty and those type of people growing up. But like, so I'm with my friends, and we're at the park, and we just wanted to hang out by the stage because we were just so hungry to see live music, like artists that we loved.
Yeah.
We never had that opportunity. And we see in this pavilion area where the merch was going to be set up, we see Joe by himself, and he's just unloading totes. And we're like, hey, Joe, can we help you set up? Like, he was by himself. Nobody in the band was around. Can we give you a hand? He's lifting stuff. He just like didn't make eye contact and just grunted. And so we're like, gosh, what's this deal? Like, we weren't upset or anything, but we're like, I guess this is what rock stars
Oh my
Granted, you
gosh.
thought much older than even we were. We had no clue.
Yeah.
So then we're hanging around, and the Insiders are on the stage to do a sound check at like 11 in the morning. And we're like,
Oh.
this is cool. We get to see the guys. We get to see them on stage.
How early
Nobody's
was
come
it
to-
when he was unloading the merch?
Gosh, it must have been like 10 in the morning.
That's
or
why
something.
he's growling. He got like
Nobody else.
4 hours of sleep and no one else is helping.
See, we had no concept of that going on.
Yeah.
So then it's like 11 or 11:30 and they're doing a sound check. And I bought this little sampler CD, the Insiders. It had a pink flamingo on it. It was $5.99 and it contained like a bunch of different versions of one song.
Yeah.
And like, it was like a sampler promoting the Fight of My Life album.
Okay.
All right, $6. I'll buy that and I'm going to have them sign it. So I go up to the stage. I call Joe over, asked if he'd sign it and pass it around, and he goes, no. And again, not making eye contact. It was bizarre. So I see Bram. I was like, I'm still going to make this happen.
Yeah.
You know, Bram just seemed like a goofy guy smiling around up there. Bram, hey, can you sign this? Oh, yeah, man. Can you pass it around? Passes it around to the guys. Joe's just sitting on the drum riser. It gets put right in front of him. He looks at it and he's like,
Oh my
shook his head in
gosh.
disgust, signs it and passes it on.
Oh my gosh.
So all these years later, like I never held it against him, but I always wanted, like, for 20 something years, like, what was going on?
Yeah, have you talked to him about it?
Oh yeah, a few times. It's pretty funny. He has no recollection
Oh,
of
really?
that day. The show was awesome. I mean, it was awesome. But he mentioned on the podcast early on how he went through this phase of, you know, he wished he spent more time with the fans. Instead, he was trying to be standoffish.
Yeah.
Instead of embracing those of us that were wanting to just hang out and chat. But that was during that stretch where he was closed off. This was probably, he told me it was probably like peak time of being frustrated with Kyle and other
Yeah.
internal band drama. I know they weren't happy with Fight of My Life that was getting ready to come out. So there probably was a lot of things going on. He has no recollection, and I told him I never held it against him. I was just looking for the opportunity to like bring that up just
Yeah.
for fun and see what he said. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh man.
But he's making amends for it. I
That's
think
what this
above and-
podcast is.
Exactly.
It's his
Above and beyond.
purgatory.
Because he'll message anybody, he'll respond to anybody when he's able to. He's opened himself up, and I think a lot of people have just enjoyed that he's willing to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like whether you do it or
No,
not.
he
I don't
doesn't.
mean it at that. But like, I
No,
think
he's
for him,
way more into it than I am. I'm like I love this, and I love talking to people, and I love
Yeah.
all those things. But like, it also doesn't do it for me, and it
Right.
never has. Like,
yeah,
this is the thing. Like, there is no. Speaking of needing therapy, which we talked about on the regular portion,
yeah,
but like being in your 20s and suddenly being thrown into the limelight, like as a musician, is
Isn't it?
just this crucible of human character.
right,
That, like, most people are not going to come out of that looking good,
yeah,
you know. But that plus you're doing it for Jesus.
right,
There's like another whole like mind fuck going on
Right.
where
Yeah.
you're like, I'm supposed to be nice to everyone and show the love of Christ, but I'm, like I've been eating at Taco Bell for 5 days. I'm constipated. I got 4 hours of sleep. Every show seems to be the same version of the last show.
yeah.
It's insane.
I was looking at the in my daughter's marching band. It's like 200 something kids. It's insane.
Wow.
But there's these two electric guitar players, and there's a girl that plays the bass.
Jeepers.
And I think they're seniors. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, okay, let's say they were a band that signed with Tooth and Nail at that age, because Tooth and Nail signed people at that age, even younger at times when they weren't supposed to. And I'm trying to picture those kids hopping in a van and touring the whole country at that age, looking the way that they looked. They couldn't even like take care of their hair. And
No.
stuff.
No, I mean, like,
No
you think of,
life
like
experience.
MXPX, Ryan from Slick Shoes. I think he was 16
Yeah.
when those guys started. He's still singing. He's still doing it. Like, he's such a cool dude.
So I got to see them only once. They were opening for I think Pete might have been with me at this one too. They were opening for the Supertones, and the drummer of the Supertones that tour was Sam from Stavesaker.
What?
He did a whole tour as the drummer for the Supertones.
I didn't know
And
that.
I'm like, wait, what? It was Sam. He
Sam,
mentioned it on a podcast earlier
Sam
this
from
year.
Scattered Few.
Yes,
Yes.
did a tour with the Supertones.
He's so good.
Did all the parts.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I mean, Stavesaker's an awesome band as is. Never had the chance to see them. But, yeah, like, so going back to, like, saw that show. I mean, the Insiders were they were a lot heavier at that time live.
Yeah.
There was, like, a hardcore edge that kind of went away after Kyle left, but at the same time, I don't know if that was necessarily what they were going for. Kyle just had his own way of playing the guitar.
Well, and Nate came from a hardcore band.
No, well, that's right. And then Joe just naturally having that growly voice.
Yep.
But then I went to college in 2000 and discovered Five Iron Frenzy's chat room.
Yeah.
And
it was a
met
big
somebody
deal.
there, and we dated for a while, and I drove 6 hours across the state, and we went to ska shows and met up in person for the first time at the show in New York right after September 11th.
Jeez.
I was at that show.
In Fishkill?
Yes, in Fishkill,
You
New York.
were
I was
really?
there. Yes,
No.
and there was a guy on the soundboard who had this beautiful permed mullet.
Yes.
I walked up behind him, I think before John Rubin played, and I went and just tugged on it because he
No.
was perfect.
yeah.
But no,
Yes.
that was the strangest. Like, it was a 4.5 hours from where I lived, driving south and just following National Guard vehicles that whole way. Like, it was the weirdest day, but we were so, like, appreciative that you guys still did it. And then I remember
my
you guys
gosh.
just sitting on the stage afterward and just hanging out, just chatting.
Yeah.
But like for us, and especially as New Yorkers and as Christian kids too, to kind of, and I know Christian shows and church shows weren't exactly what you guys were wanting to do, and you did those tours. But, for us, we were able to smile, we were able to sing along. You guys were taking the sock donations. Like,
yeah.
for us, it still felt like we were contributing by being able to go there, and that you guys were just giving us kind of what we needed.
Man,
Because it was a dark time.
yeah,
as a
that
New
was
Yorker.
the thing. It was like 3 days after 9/11.
Yeah.
We spent those 3 days just being like, is music real anymore?
Right. Does it even matter?
Should we do this? And then like like 3 days we were rehearsing for the whole tour. These guys in Fishkill let us use their church to just kind of workshop and try and figure out.
Yeah.
We got there and we were like, I don't even know if we could drive home.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the 3 days, like so many people were like, please just play the show because nobody has anything right now. Nobody is
Right.
like, everything is sad all the time.
So yeah, to put some things in context, like I remember going in the computer lab. So I delivered packages. I had a morning job. I delivered packages to all the buildings at the college I went to. And each lobby, as I'm dropping off, I'd see on the TVs what was happening. And then I got to the next building and another building was hit. But I remember going to the computer lab, and that whole day, everybody's glued to their computer trying to get a hold of family on Instant Messenger. And I remember some of the toughest looking guys just getting off the computer, like with tears in their eyes going, "My mom is okay." And just bawling their eyes out because they finally heard from family because phone lines were down across the state.
Yeah.
But like seeing these guys, these tough guys that you wouldn't see, show emotion or anything, bawling their eyes out when they found out their family was okay.
Yeah.
I had a professor whose sister called in sick that day from working at the Trade Center. She
That's
called
insane.
in sick.
Dude.
And so and then just the amount of people who had family, like it was
Yeah.
a tough time. But yeah,
We like that whole first week, just bounced around to places around there. You know, like played Asbury Park, and
Yep.
they had like just a typed up sheet of people from their church that were missing, and it was like single spaced, 3 columns.
Yeah.
Like,
oh wow.
All those people, they were like, these are the people from our church we can't find yet. And it, like, the whole time, just so heavy.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, like, I think it was probably heavy for every band, just being like, you know, you remember like
Yeah.
late night TV, they were like, I don't know if we should do this anymore.
Right.
Saturday Night Live was like, we might not continue our show. We can't be funny right now. It was that. And then, you know, for us, we were in and around it. You know, like we drove by, like you could still see the smoke and the flames from the World Trade
Jeez.
Center. You know, it was New Jersey. We weren't like driving around New York.
No,
I think it was close.
No, it's I mean, you can be on. I forget what the interstate is, and it's New Jersey there, and it's New York City right there.
Yep.
It all feels the same.
But yeah, I'm glad you made it to that show, man. That was cool.
Yeah, it was. It meant a lot that you guys still did it. I remember, John Rubin's great. And then Reliant K came out to Michael Jackson's song, and they're wearing their moon suits, and it was fun to see everybody still be in character for their band.
Yeah.
From an entertainment standpoint, but then being like, human and willing to hang and talk afterwards in a different context of a normal show.
Yeah.
I remember you guys just sitting there and you guys just sat on the stage. Just sat there afterwards, and I remember just chatted. It was very informal. It was like everybody was still processing. Because, I mean, we're 45 minutes, I think, from the city?
Yeah.
At that church we were at?
Yeah.
No, so that's special. Then fast forward 20-something years, I get to see you guys, and I think I saw you guys just before COVID, Atlanta, with MXPX.
Okay.
Does that sound right? Maybe like 2019. And then I think I went down with some friends.
Oh, it was like the Buckhead Theater?
Yes, Buckhead Theater.
Yeah.
And then I saw you guys with Squad 5-0 at Murray Hill in Florida.
Yeah, man.
Not going to lie, I was there to see Squad 5-0 because I had never seen them.
Oh, they're so good.
Oh, gosh.
They're such good entertainers. Like, they're such a good band.
Yeah, Jeff lives in this area, and what's funny is, he's one of my favorite singers growing up, and I'll be at a drive-through, and I'll look ahead of me and see the bald head, because he's bald now, and see him eating an ice cream cone, or I'll be driving in the next town down, and I see him just going for a jog. It's he's just so recognizable.
Yeah.
And then everybody seems to have known him over the years. I went to that show, and a buddy of mine, his kids, he was their Spanish teacher. He still does that. And so we brought a bunch of his students to the show.
Dude.
That you guys were it was just so much fun to see both bands. And I know for Jeff to see all these students of his actually be able to go and see him perform. I think, how cool is that for them? Because he's still a performer, as a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
When you follow his social media, he's the guy.
Yep. He is. It's so cool to hear his teaching stories, because he's he's the same guy. Funny.
The same exact guy.
He's entertaining. Hey, your camera crapped out. The battery light was flashing, and then it died.
All right, let me swap it.
You have this.
Well, my wall camera charger, I couldn't find the piece.
Oh, no.
And I forgot that I was using a battery camera.
Oh. I don't even know how this works. Oh, wow.
I don't even know what Zencastr is going to do.
It tells you all the stuff. Now it's cleaning the sensor. Check you out, dude. That's very cool.
Yeah, I was trying to be fancy.
You have a ring light. That's what I have right now.
I do, yes.
I got it at Ross.
Amazon. I have no clue when I got it or why I got it. I think during COVID there was a lot of online meetings and networking groups and all that.
Yeah.
It took me forever to find the power cable for it because I haven't done anything in here with all this gear.
You're doing it now.
Yeah.
This is great.
So we're back.
We're back. Okay. So you told me about the first time you met Joe and he was mean to you.
Yes. And I got to meet
I
him
wanna know
20 years later.
This girl that you met in the FIF chat room.
Oh, gosh.
How'd that work out?
Not very well.
Dang
it. No. So, long distance relationship, lots of emails, lots of love notes over, lots of like sending each other Weezer stuff. Then, I start visiting and I didn't know what it was like to be a Christian and have a girlfriend. And I was probably very awkward.
Yeah.
I think she wanted me to spend money on her.
That's what they all want.
I didn't know to open the door. I didn't know to open the door.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, she was also smoking cigarettes in her car and didn't tell me she didn't tell me she smoked. And like, it was drama. It was just drama. Like we're 18, 19 and I'm the sheltered Christian kid and she's the non-sheltered Christian kid.
Smoking.
But hey, we went and got
smoking, dude.
We went and saw the Toasters a couple times.
Nice.
Trying to think. She didn't ever offer me food in her house when I stayed with her family. She'd stay upstairs while I hung out with her little brothers.
Okay.
It was like I was being slowly tortured.
Yeah.
It was one of those weird.
I think most of like dating within the church.
It was the weirdest thing.
It's weird.
Ever.
There's a lot of weird experiences we all had.
Yeah, like, do I put my hand on the shoulder?
Should I save that for marriage? What should I do?
Yeah, should I save the peck? Should I save the peck on the cheek for after we see Skillet? Because Skillet was her best friend's band. It was just super awkward. But yes, the whole first year of college was instant messenger and 5-iron chat room.
Well,
so thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh!
But then eventually met my wife, and before we got married, we went to Darien Lake for the first time and saw you guys on the final tour.
Yeah.
So I was able to buy the album.
Was that where Andy got up
and spoke on the stage?
Kicked out?
Oh, what happened? No. Andy got up on stage and was telling people, it's like, hey, you're sad that we're breaking up and all that, but like, go off, start your own bands. You guys are inspired by what you do, start your own band. And so I found him after the set, and I was like, dude, I appreciate you like sharing that and trying to inspire people to like, if you love what we're doing, go do it yourself. And he just looked at me, didn't say anything. So again, I'm not taking anything.
I'll remind him of this.
I was trying to chat with him about it. He just looked at me. Didn't ever hold it against him. And, I realized in adulthood, there's so many other things that had to have been going on.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have you guys performed or still perform? And you're like, gosh, I can't believe I have to do this. I have to, and you've talked about it recently. But even back then, you've been 8 years in the stinky van or whatever, or if not longer, the same people every day doing the same thing day in, day out.
Yeah.
The glamour had to have been long gone.
At some point, I think I crested a hill, and now I'm like, I love like all the things that, like all the like, this is keeping me from being a huge rock star. This sucks. I don't like doing this. We should be bigger. And now I'm just like, man, I want to talk to people. Like I want to hang out with all these people at the show.
Right.
But like, for me as an introvert, like my favorite thing is just having like meaningful talks with people.
Yes. Yep.
So like when it dwindles down to like 3 or 4 people at the end and you get to go out and eat tacos with them or whatever, like that's my favorite.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that Andy's
awesome.
there. he's also there. I'll talk to him about that. Probably just like he probably had 1,000 things going on, and you were just
did
like,
you guys
hey,
know
man,
that he was coming
too.
from? But did you guys know he was going to come from the drums and talk?
Sometimes he just did. Like that was
Okay.
our MO in those days. Was just like, hey man, if you feel it, you deal it. Like
Because he probably
if the
was
Lord is
also.
speaking to you, just get up there and do it.
But he may. I mean, at the time, I mean, he may have been struggling with his faith himself,
Oh, very much.
and so
he totally
there
was.
had to have been other stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he was fighting like, am I a Christian?
Yeah.
You know, and I think like so much of that just comes from baggage from being in the church or being in a Christian band. You're like, you don't want that dirtiness, you know, like of it being just like this machine to make money.
But I hope you guys realize, and I know not everyone in the band are Christians anymore, and it is what it is. I love that. You guys are still all friends and love each other as family. But like going through the stuff that you guys did, still playing those church shows, still trying to rough it, even when you didn't want to, like still meant a lot to those of us that were fans, because a lot of that shaped everything about who we became as adults. Some of us lost our faith. Some of us got stronger in our faith. Some of us challenged our faith because of the lyrics, the albums, the conversations. That for all the negative that you guys went through, the fact that you kept doing it impacted a lot of lives in many, many different ways. And I know that you guys aren't going to see that from the stage. I know Joe, picks on the insiders. We're just a nostalgia band, and I get what he's saying, but like, sure, there's that nostalgia kitsch factor, but it was never that way for me with like you guys or the Supertones or them. And sure, some bands were more Christian or less socially conscious or more worship leaning, but like at that point in my age, I needed all of that.
Yeah.
I needed that variety, and all of that kind of just shaped, who I eventually became and a lot of others. And that's probably why nostalgia is still pretty strong for those of us that are still even believers, because we try to make those connections.
Yeah.
And try to see purpose in all the stuff that we were into. I don't know. I just know like a lot of bands from the 90s scene. I was listening to Mike from Puller recently, and he was just having a hard time accepting compliments from Jeremy, the podcast host on the Rumors Are True, which is a great podcast. Just coming to that acceptance that we made a difference, and I know you guys know that, and I hope Joe realizes that as well. That even though he's trying to make amends, he also doesn't have to. He also doesn't have to. Like, he played those shows, he wrote those albums, he tried to be himself.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are just things I ponder.
Well, I'm glad we have this podcast so we can make amends if Joe needs to.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was just me. It was just me and whoever he
Just you.
forced hot sauce down.
a lot of people. He forced hot sauce down a lot of people.
So, what's the future of Five Iron Frenzy?
Oh, jeez.
I remember I think it was last year, you got off the episode, you're like, yeah. Well, I got a meeting with the band, trying to figure out how to still stay relevant. And I'm like, oh no, he's dead. He's dead and serious right now. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh my gosh.
And that's another thing I think that as fans, it feels like we've done life with you guys for the last 3.5 years. Like, I feel like most people could jump on this podcast and feel like we've been on the show all this time.
Yeah.
Just because you guys have been in our, it's so bizarre. But that's why we got this quirky community on Facebook. the guys at Furnace Fest, as jealous and as bummed out as I was, it's just so cool to see them all be able to connect, and then you to be able to spend some time with them.
And they gave me whiskey.
I saw that.
It was worth it. It was hot. It had been in the car. I was like, guys, just think of it as drinking a hot toddy.
I know we got to wrap this up soon. I got to tell a couple Leonore stories.
All right.
Because she was at Furnace Fest last year. So Kevin and I are at the Trim Tab Brewery place the night before it started to see 90 Pound Wuss, and she comes in with like a rolling suitcase or whatever.
Okay.
And so we go over and chat with her, and I go over, I was like, hey, I'm Daniel Rock, because that's not my name. Like, there's no persona to it or anything. She's like, I know who you are. I'm like, whoa, I don't know if this is like negative or positive, or it was just very blunt. I know who you are. And so the next day, I'm on side stage for, I think it was Becoming the Archetype, and she's there with a friend. I was like, I just gotta go talk to her. And so I walked up to her, and I was like, Leonore, I am so sorry for the stuff that Reese said about you last week. I wasn't sure if I should have edited it out, but he wanted to say it, and he didn't tell me not to. So I thought maybe she was upset at me or something.
Oh, my God.
She's like, oh, Daniel, thank you. She was already tipsy. This is morning, I think. And she's like, oh, Daniel, no. Reese called me, and we're good. He apologized for what he said. Okay, I was like, okay, because I felt really bad.
Oh,
and then shortly after, she had me sneak her and a friend in and had me pour drinks at the art, because I had the artist pass that the insiders got me. So I'm pouring her and her friend like alcoholic beverages into their water containers. And then later in the day, I decided to spend the whole day at the Shed for a bunch of heavy bands and all that. And all of a sudden, I hear Leonore's with that friend again. And I hear Leonore go, get in with Daniel, because they wanted to get into the VIP area, but Leonore wasn't able to. But Leonore saw me and told her friend, no, just tell them you're with Daniel. And like the girl just walks up to me, holds my hand, and I'm like, yep, she's with me. And so we're like on the Shed stage, Zayo starts, and the girl, whoever this was, just ran and jumped, crowd surfed, and was gone. But she wanted to crowd surf during Zayo so bad. She was hoping that Leonore could find some connection to get her onto the stage.
And that was you.
And it was me. And so...
that is a good Leonore story.
Yeah, so that's... I just got the knock that my son is getting ready for bed.
It's
time to read Harry Potter to him. My wife reads him Harry Potter.
Oh, man, that's so
opposite
cool.
evenings, him and I read Marvel Comics together.
Oh, my gosh, this is a good system.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go, Reese. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed this.
I want to do it again, Daniel.
We will.
Thanks so much.
With Joe, too.
Okay.
Thanks for asking me. This means a lot. Also, here's my Thanos again. I'm proud of my little Thanos and my X-Men.
Yes.
I like show and tell.
That is sweet.
X-Men 97.
Next time you can show me what all that stuff is on the back wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to do a Pickle and Boot Shop show and tell in the group someday.
Sounds good.
Thought about that. All right, man. Love you. Appreciate you.
Man, I love you, and I super appreciate you. We could not still be doing this without you, because
thank you. That means a lot.
I was toast, man. I was like, I did not have enough time to edit it, and we are definitely not paying you enough to do this.
I'd be doing it either way, and my wife wouldn't be happy. Probably still not happy. Who knows? My kids originally knew you as the guy that swears a lot.
Oh, good.
Now they're like, oh, do you have a new episode this week? Oh, can we listen to Five Iron Frenzy? Can we listen to Cannonball? Can we listen to Cannonball?
Oh,
yes,
my
we can
gosh.
listen to Cannonball outside of country music. It's country music and Cannonball. So,
it's basically country music. They haven't changed.
It is.
All right, man. Seriously, I love you. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
thanks for all you do, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Are you going to say the pizza? Or
that's what you're going to say.
Alrighty, guys. This was Joe and the Cougar. Pizza.
Save for the squids. Boots.